All right, let's now turn our attention to what's happening at most universities across the country. They remained closed yesterday following continued protests about affordability of fees. Some have pushed back the exam and suspended all academic activities. It's back to normal at the University of the Free State, though, with students seen going in and out of the campus. They've been granted a week's extension to prepare for exams. Last Friday, the student leadership said President Jacob Zuma's 0% increase was a victory on the first phase of their struggle. All right, so let's now tell you who I'm being joined by here on the program. ANC Youth League spokesperson Mlondolozi is with us here on the program. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you for being our guest on the program. We've also got from let me just get this all correct here. Sorry, I've got everybody's name all over the place at the moment. Ndiyakholwa Ngqulu. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. And I've got Nazley, Sharif. Thank you very, very much for being our guest here on the program. All right, my first question to you was, how are you feeling at this point? Are you feeling okay? And you said to me, no, I'm not. I'm not feeling okay at all. What's going on? What's the problem?
Thanks. Good morning to the South African viewers of SABC2 Morning Live, and to all students who are outside there trying to fight for their rights. We're not fine at all, that's true. Normally at this time we are very busy writing our exams normally, but today we're not writing our exams. Students have got grievances. What's happening is that students feel that they are not listened to. If they are listened to, they are not taken serious by the state president and by the government entirely. Reason being, they see the president as just someone who is making political statements out of our problems. Just going to media, speaking, no, there will be no increases, and then leave it there. Students feel that there are deep down issues that need to be addressed on that item. If you're pronouncing that, you must also speak on the issues of funds, speak on the issues of students that are unfunded this year, speak on the issues of the funding that is lacking this year, that will say continue to lack next year. So we are not fine. We students are still continuing saying their demands have not even been yet met. Otherwise, the zero increase was a step to the right direction, but we're not there yet.
Okay, all right. I'm going to get everybody's opinion, and then we'll delve a little bit deeper. Nazley, from your point of view, how are you feeling at this point?
You know, I think that I have to agree with my colleague over here. The fact is that our fight for free education has just begun. And I think that what we've seen in the past couple of weeks and how the students have been united and taken to the streets to fight for free education, I think it's the beginning of a battle. And I think the no increase on tuition fees for 2016 is just a start.
Yeah.
And
a good start, though.
A very good start,
okay.
Absolutely. And I mean, just to see the power and the unity and solidarity of all students coming together, for me, has been an amazing experience. You know, when we were at the Union buildings on Friday and I saw tens of thousands of people standing together, believing in the same thing, it really touched and warmed my heart, because I felt that as young people, this is the step in the right direction to reclaiming our future, not only for us, but for our younger siblings, for younger people within South Africa. And I think that we must be very proud of ourselves. We are brave young people living in South Africa, and I hope the youth of 1976 are proud of us.
Yeah, indeed. Let's now get the ANC Youth League's perspective on all of this. What is your stance? Where do you stand right now?
Well, Lilian, we want to say good morning to you and the viewers at home, and to students and society as a whole. As African National Congress Youth League, we are quite happy with the solidarity, the mobilization, the unity of students across the country. And we want to say that unity must not die away. This was a moment. Remember that mass mobilization and strikes action are not a strategy, but are a tactic towards achieving something. And we are saying that we have, as the youth have done quite well on that front. Secondly, is to say that when you look at the problem confronting tertiary institutions or higher education, it's much more broader than the issue of just pointing out that government is responsible. Let's take, for instance, the University of Wits. The University of Wits is complaining that they don't have sufficient funds, management, but whilst the university sits with millions and millions of reserves, And those millions of reserves have not been told what is it that they're going to do. So we feel that this has been a step towards the right direction. When we came out of our Congress in September, we said that the youth must be mobilized for free education. And we are quite happy that many have joined the ranks of saying that free education is more than necessary. But we need to deal with some of the problems confronting higher education, institutional autonomy, which makes it difficult for government to intervene at times. Yeah. You would have a situation where we are sitting with Walter Sisulu University, which sits with the crisis of funding. You have UNISA, which sits with the millions and tens of millions in their reserves, with not willing to assist other universities. You have got professors. In fact, the crisis that we have seen is out of a situation where universities want to assume autonomy. When they face crisis, they want to shift that focus to government. They are the ones which increases fees. It's not government. They are the ones which regulates how much is paid. It's not government. We are saying that this effort of students as a whole in the society of South Africa has given government and the institutions of parliament and the executive to start exerting authority on tertiary institutions, to start getting directly involved. And we are saying that we are quite happy that students, all of them are united in going back to class. Yeah. We are saying to students, the struggle is not over. We are just breaking temporarily and tactically to ensure that students don't lose out on the years that they've invested, because there are some that must write their exams to graduate. There are some that must write exams to go to second year, to third year.
Indeed. And you wouldn't want to miss out on the fees that you've already paid to write these exams.
Yes.
We're going to carry on this discussion. We're going to go all the way until 7 o'clock. I've just got to throw in a couple of sports stories and news headlines of the day. I also need to say that we did invite the EFF. As far as I know, they had confirmed they were going to be here, but unfortunately they didn't arrive this morning. So that's just to give you a perspective as to, we did try and cover all angles here on the program. Let me quickly give you some of the top sports stories before we get back into this.